Welcome to the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite makes the process of becoming a published, best-selling author as simple as sipping your morning cup of coffee. You can learn more about Authors Unite at authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. Today, I have John Paul Limage with us. He is a spoken word poet, network marketing professional, and founder of ebonykeeper.blog, who helps you weave a more rich life story. So welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, Tyler. It's so good to be here.
Of course. Grateful to have you here. We'll jump right into the first one. The first one I have for you is, what is the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
Right. Okay. Well, this one, it goes straight back to when I was 16 years old, about 9 years ago, I would say. I was in high school, and my father ended up finding out that I was gay, and he's Haitian, so that sort of life, that culture does not really look kindly on that. So he was considering whether or not he wanted to disown me and kick me out of the house. So me and my sister conspired together, and I decided to join the Marine Corps. Because if you can survive there, you can survive anywhere. And but it was crazy though, because during that 4 hours where he just kind of just spoke, because he has a strong power voice, and when he just spoke like death into my future and told me how my life was going to be, and I believed every word that he said, it was only really my mom who told me, she said, "I don't care who you love, I still love you," and it's only because of her I never committed suicide. So it's kind of interesting that both parents sort of had such a big hand, you could say, in my life, because one way or the other could have gone, different radicals, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. Thank you for sharing that with us. The next one I have is, what is the most valuable piece of information we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
Okay. I would definitely go, and I would recommend what Eric Rory would say at the end of, many of his videos and interviews that he does. I don't know if any of you here on this podcast, or even you, Tyler, are familiar with Eric Rory, but he is the he is the author of the book Go Pro, which really means Go Professional in Network Marketing. And at the end of his videos, he says, it's a stone cold fact that we have a better way. So really, I would just say to use that as a reference. Read his book, check out some of his interviews with Tony Robbins. With a lot of big people, with some curious people, to get a better idea of it from different voices.
And what is your best piece of overall business advice, so not necessarily industry specific?
Mm-hmm. I would honestly say just be your authentic self. Because for me, when I first started out, I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't really have a good, strong voice in me. So I kind of, when success started to come, when paychecks started to come, I started to get really full of myself, and that ended up really destroying relationships I had. I was in a really strong relationship then, and I would just say be your authentic self. You attract people into your business and into your life that are just healthier for you when you do that. And I had to learn that the hard way.
And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
Definitely to start reading books, genres other than fiction. I've been reading ever since I was 3 years old, and I only really got into other genres when I was 20. Spiritual books, business books. I would have go back in time and given myself, Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad. For example, definitely. Because I was an entrepreneur when I was 14, 15, selling candy. So that would have definitely helped me a bit.
And in your opinion, what is the key to happiness?
The key to happiness? Honestly, I would just say just be in the moment. every day. Be a creator, and whenever you have a new thought, a new idea, write it down and work on it, create it. You'll start to find that your creations are your happiness, and that's how I've been doing it for the past 4 years, ever since I watched the TED Talk show. It gave me that idea, and I've been writing thousands of notes. It's how I started writing some of my books. It's how many of my spoken word poems were created. So I would definitely say just treat everything like an experiment, like your own personal laboratory, and no matter what happens to you, it's to promote you.
And who or what is your favorite quote and why?
Okay, for sure. Now this one actually is from one of my mentors. It goes, it's really simple. It goes, champions adjust, and why really, she would be helping me, be 2:00 in the morning. I'd be doing a presentation, or, one of my Marines who are deployed in Japan, she be willing to help me at any time. And when anything went down, when we invited people and they didn't show up or whatever the case may be, every single time she was like, champions adjust. And she was never fazed by anything. Nothing could faze her. So that really helped me, honestly, just be a bit more stoic and more grounded.
Thank you so much for coming on, man. The last question I have for you before we let you go is, where's the best place for people to find you online?
Yeah, happy to be here, Tyler. So definitely, you can check me out at ebonykeeper.blog or Instagram, ebonykeeper. Those pretty much. I do a lot of, I write blogs there. I release my spoken word poems, and I do collaborations with artists, and as well as I release information about the business.
Perfect, brother. Thanks again for jumping on.
Thank you for having me, Tyler. It's a pleasure.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.